Dun 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 dun. Hello, land creature. Pizza delivery. Okay, and here's the creature from the Black Lagoon in the dark, in the box, not in the dark. Thinking Black Lagoon there. Sorry. And okay, so you guys, I don't go over packaging very much. So here you go. You got a little sidebar here with some of the monsters. Side here with the figure. On the back, cross sell, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, and creature from the Black Lagoon. And surprised there's not more there. But I think there was a second wave was what it was. I don't know. I didn't really keep up with this line at all. I just saw the creature and I just went go for it. So let's unbox him. And here is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Out of the box, as you can see. You know, I like the movie in black and white, but I like the action figure in color. Figure that one out. I can't. He has an interesting complement of accessories here. First, he has the fossilized hand that, you know, first got everybody to go explore the Amazon. He's got a grippy hand here. He has a spear gun, because, you know, the creature from the Black Lagoon likes to do a lot of spearfishing in the off-season. An alternate swappable head, and a net to capture him with, if you can remember that scene. Of course, yes, you have to have that. It's an interesting looking figure. I like it a great deal. It, you know, again, it's color for a black and white creature, so it's kind of weird. I think it would throw a lot of people off. I really dig it. I think it's the perfect coloration. I had the 3 3/4 inch one as a kid. I like this one. Again, I'm just a huge fan. It's that simple. So just to satisfy my own curiosity, I just decided to put in the gripping hand and see if he can hold the spear gun, and it kind of works. It kind of doesn't. I think it's kind of funny, but yeah, he can. So, you know, you have that. I mean, it would have been cool to have, like, you know, when the claw comes off in the net. That would be fun. I think that would have been really great. But, you know, you don't, so there you are. And believe it or not, let's see how stable he is. Not bad. I mean, you know, not the best in the world, but not bad. I've seen worse. And, I mean, you know, that face... the face only a mother could love. I really, you know, I always dug the outfit. I just thought it was really interesting. I mean, obviously it's an outfit. And, I mean, it even has this fin up the back. And, yeah, I mean, it's the Go Man. I mean, there you go. I just think it looks impressive. I like it. Again, I just love the creature from the Black Lagoon. That's just one of the Universal monsters I really enjoyed. And there is that alternate head. I kind of dig it. It's more of a mouth closed look, which works for me. I'm looking at the color scheme, though, and I keep thinking this is what Marvel should have probably gave Chode. You know, just the thought that crossed my mind while I was looking at him through the viewfinder here. And, yeah. I like that the hands are all splayed out, too. That's like in the movie. And the claws look pretty vicious. Love it. I mean, it's just really kind of freaking awesome, man. I know, it's a strange thing. I just really have always liked the creature from the Black Lagoon. For some reason. I don't know why. I watched all the Universal Monster movies, but this one was the one that stuck with me. And, you know, some detailing here. I like, you know, the fins on the back of the arm and the back of the leg. Those are really nice. And yeah, he's got the look down real well. I mean, it's just a really good looking figure. I need to, I mean, if you look at him at a distance, so it kind of looks like Swamp Thing, doesn't it? Just a bit. I mean, it's kind of weird. I guess the wooded background isn't helping much. And trying to get a good cross section of characters for the comparison here. Action Force, G.I. Joe Classified, and Marvel Legends. And like I said, I got this because it's scaled better with Marvel Legends and Action Force and the like. That's what I wanted, and that's what I've got. I am still going to pick up the NECA one, but I just wanted this one again because it scales up better with the rest of the action figures in my collection. So yeah, this is not the NECA version, I mean, which does, I think, look better overall. Again, it's going to be out of scale with a lot of these figures that I have. I'm going to buy it as a fan, but at the same time, I just wanted something a little bit more to scale. Like I said, I got a 3 3/4 inch one that scales with my Star Wars and my G.I. Joes. So, you know, I wanted something to scale with my Action Force and my Marvel Legends. And here we go. This works. Is it a perfect figure? No. I mean, is it good? I think it is, yeah. I'll definitely give it a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars. Jeez. I'm watching some reviews with 10 scales. I keep forgetting how those work. Yeah, a 4 out of 5 stars. It just looks good. It fits the part. I really like it. And yeah, that's really all I can say. So, alright. Creature from the Black Lagoon by Jada Toys. That'll wrap it up for Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey there, everyone. Welcome, and getting to the end of this series. Creepies and Beep Beeps is proud to present Jada Toys Glow in the Dark Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I realized how stupid I am just now because it's daytime and you're not going to be able to see the glow in the dark effect even if I try. It's okay, my aperture's set too low anyway because I'm trying to avoid glare. So, I've been through this once with the Swarm Tracer, so I don't know, I'm not too crazy about doing the glow in the dark effect. But, you know, this is the same one we had before, except he has glow in the dark plastic. And a little tougher to move, but, you know, you see he's got this head. Same exact accessories, he's got this head as well. He's got the little bone hand. He's got this hand to hold the spear gun, and he has the spear gun. And the net, which is kind of fun. Alright. So anyway, what can I say different about this one that is, I mean, you know, smooth movement. The head was a little stuck there, but yeah, you know. Yeah, that's a little stuck. What's that about? Yeah, I'll figure it out later. I don't want to snap it. But, you know, again, what can I say? I've talked a lot about Creature from Black Lagoon because I've gotten a lot of Creature from Black Lagoon figures lately. I got the Jada one, I got this one, and I got the NECA one. All of them are good in their own way. I'm a huge fan of the Creature from Black Lagoon. It is my favorite of the Universal Monster movies. I've said that repeatedly. You know, again, it's a tough one to try to figure out how to talk about something you've talked about 4 or 5 times. And I've talked about it in other situations too. So I mean, he's gotten a lot of talk. So I mean, it's really rough. This was a birthday present from my wife. On top of that, which was funny, I actually did not know this one existed until she bought it for me, and it has taken me a long time to get to it because that Marvel Legends collection is so huge, and it's taken me a long time to get there. So yeah. Anyway, I finally got to this one, and I really love it. It's just really awesome, really cool. The glow in the dark effect, yeah, I should have been smart and waited till night. Oh well, but it's really cool as well. And I mean, you know, Jada is knocking it out of the park lately. That Street Fighter line is looking great. I'm not a big Street Fighter fan, so I'm not getting too into that. I'm hoping to God to get the Mortal Kombat line. That is my jam, Mortal Kombat. A lot of people were playing Street Fighter. I was playing Mortal Kombat. A lot of people couldn't play Mortal Kombat. I was old enough, and I didn't care about blood. I just played it and enjoyed the hell out of that game. That's the game I wouldn't grab every figure, but I would grab a lot. I'll say it that way. If Jada gets that license, because that if they do the Street Fighters the way they've done, if they do the Mortal Kombat with with how they've done the Street Fighters, huh, game over, man, game over. That would be fantastic. Jada is just, I'm lobbing a lot of praise on Jada. They are doing so well, and they're doing it reasonably priced. Very much so. I mean, they're doing it less than the big companies, and they're giving us a whole lot more. It's like, yo, Hasbro, what is this? This is what you do. And it should make us question everything about everything. I mean, you know, they got Jada, so I don't know how they got a wider distribution than everybody else, but I mean, it's just been there forever, and it's like, all of a sudden they started doing action figures, and like, boom! They're in regular retail stores, and like, you know, we're just like, whoa, where did this come from? I mean, they were responsible for those little metal guys. I keep forgetting the official name of those, but yeah, I got a bunch of them. And, I mean, it's just awesome. I'm really glad Jada has really branched out and done some more things. I mean, they've gone out of they're still doing diecast. I see it all the time, and I was like, yeah, I knew that name from somewhere. And, you know, I say it to some people, it's like, you know, Jada Toys, and they're like, what's that? And it's like, yeah, you know it, you just don't know you know it, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah. And I say the same thing about Chat May. I mean, people are like, what's Chat May? It's like, you bought Chat May, you just don't realize you bought Chat May. But this is awesome. I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon so much that, you know, a glow-in-the-dark version. Yeah, that's right up my alley. I had the original Creature from the Black Lagoon way back when, and I did have the glow-in-the-dark version too. I missed those. Those are hard to get now. So, you know, I'm not even going to try an attempt. I'm really done with vintage collecting. I like what they did here. There's like a much more yellowish tint to it. I just think that's cool too. Again, just my favorite Universal monster for whatever reason. Love it. And I love how this looks like the suit. And it just, yeah, it's just awesome, awesome, awesome. It's just really awesome. I don't see any issues with this whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, if there was an issue, yeah, it's a little bright, but that's because it's a glow-in-the-dark plastic. Can't help that. But that's, yeah, just an excellent fucking figure. I mean, these, you know, Jada just continues to bring excellence, and I'm late on reviewing or doing a video on this one, but it is a proud member of the collection. I absolutely love it. It's awesome to me, and that's it. That's where it stands. So I'm just gonna wrap it there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuffs. Take care. Have a good one, guys. Hey everyone, welcome to Creepies and Beep Beeps, and today we've got a classic. We've got the one, the only Count Dracula by Jada Toys. Jada has really knocked things out of the park of late, and this line is phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. I just love it. Here, you know, I love under this cape how red it is, because that's just wonderful. You know, and I mean, I just can't say enough about this figure. It's just so darn cool. I mean, it is. It's just so darn cool. And he comes with plenty of accessories. He's got the vampire head. Rah! And he's got these spooky hands to grasp you with. He's got a bat. I suppose maybe that's him when he transforms. And a candelabra, just because. And it looks pretty damn cool. But of course, the main show is the figure, and Jada really just does great figures. I mean, this is great articulation. Oh, he's a little stiff, so, yeah, you know, he's only been dead for 1,000 years. So, I mean, you know, he's going to be a little stiff, dude. And it's really good articulation. These toys have been immensely, just, every one I pick up, I'm just so impressed. And, you know, there he is, being spooky. Oh. I like Dracula. I don't love Dracula. You know, it's been a funny thing. I watched the movie a million times. It's not my favorite, but I dig it at the same time. And I mean, this does not look like Bela Lugosi at all whatsoever, but you know, there's some likeness issues, I'm sure. And his leg is twisted. Let me twist that back. Here we go. And I thought he looked really impressive in the package too. God, what is with this arm though? The shoulder joint is really tight. I don't know what's going on there. Now, I used to tight joints with Jada, I'll say that much. And he's got a cool medallion right there. That's just so awesome. I mean, the detailing is perfect on these figures. I mean, you want to really see what Jada's doing, grab their Universal Monsters. I mean, and he scales fairly well with Marvel Legends, as you can see. I mean, he looks good with them. The creature does too. I mean, they all look good with Marvel Legends. And most of your other 6-inch toy lines like Joe Classified. Let me grab one here real quick. And there you go. I mean, there you see him with Stalker. I mean, he fits in pretty well. I like it. I like it a whole lot. Jada's just really, really impressed me in this past year, especially. There's a Universal Monster line. There's the food food ad line with Chester Cheetah and the spooky and the spook, and god damn, the monster cereals. Damn, I knew I'd get it someday. And like, you know, and this kind of stuff just rocks. I mean, you know, Universal Monsters, I do love Universal Monsters. They're just, for one thing, they're universal. That, you know, that makes them fun. And for another, they just look cool. I mean, they're kind of, you know, in the zeitgeist. I mean, they're kind of in your head. You know who they are. And when you see them, it's like, oh yeah, there's Dracula, there's Frankenstein, there's a creature from Black Lagoon. You know these guys. Everybody knows who these guys are. And there's not a doubt in your mind when you see them. So I thought it was pretty smart of Jada to try this. Now, I know these did go to clearance, which is a shame because they really were good figures. Maybe they overproduced them, I don't know. But they were inexpensive to begin with, and then they went even cheaper at Ross. So, you know, it could be that we're Universal Monstered out because, let's face it, NECA's been beating that horse for several decades. So that could be it too. I don't know. I'm a little confused as to why these went to clearance because I actually bought these at full price and didn't mind. I really did not mind at all. These are really good figures, really awesome. You know, Frankenstein's become one of my favorite ones. He just grew on me. It's just like, wow, he's a really cool figure. And, you know, that's what I can say. I mean, these just look so awesome. And, I mean, he's in a... Look at that. He's in, you know, they even went to the trouble under his cape. He's in a tux, man. With tails and the whole bit. As Dracula should be. That is how you do Dracula. I mean, again, just looks phenomenal. I mean, so eerie in that simple pose. It looks so eerie. And I'm of the mindset that, you know, these are really great figures. Some people have kind of ho-hummed them and said they're not as good as NECA. I think they're better. Honestly do. Anyway, that's Dracula. I love him. He looks really good. I have no complaints whatsoever. You know, this is just a really good, phenomenal figure. I mean, if I had to gripe about one thing, it is the cape. As you can see, you can kind of see it here. The black is a little bit too thin, and you can see the red coming through. That could be by design. I don't know. I've seen Stranger Things, so you know, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's kind of a cool deal. It's kind of a cool effect. But you know, anyway, I mean, I can't think of anything else to say besides this is just wonderful. I love it. All right, that'll wrap up Creepies and Beep Beeps. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuffs later. I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. His hair was perfect. Hey everyone, welcome to Creepies and Beep Beeps. Today, we're back to Universal Monsters and Jada Toys with the Wolfman. Snarl. Not my favorite of the Universal Monster movies. I like it, don't get me wrong, but not my favorite. I've never been a huge werewolf guy. I don't know why. But I don't hate werewolves either. It's just they're not as much to me as some other monsters, and you know. But this is pretty cool. I do like it. I mean, he looks pretty good. I mean, straight out from the movie. He's got a more snarling head, some grippy hands, and if you never saw the movie, you probably won't get the cane. And a bear trap that fell apart in the box and I've been struggling with ever since. So he's got a good complement of accessories, but definitely looks straight out of the movie, and I do like that he looks straight out of the movie. I don't need to run down articulation, I don't think, at this point. Pretty close to Legends. I think the only thing not there is no, there's an arm swivel. There's a shoulder bicep swivel, I think. Yeah, it's just hard to work, but it's there. It's very well hidden too. But you know, I mean, a good figure. I mean, I'm sure some people might think, oh, I'm gonna use this for Werewolf by Night till Marvel Legends does it. Maybe. I mean, you know, it fits, can work. Yeah, could work, I guess. Yeah, because I don't know, Jack Russell. Sorry, couldn't resist. Jack Russell kind of looked like that in his wolf form. So, yeah, maybe. I don't see why not. Right? Okay. I like the nails. I like that they made the nails more visible on the claw hands, because it's like, yeah, they should be. And his feet too. I mean, his feet. You know, it's been a long time since I saw the Wolfman, so I need to watch it again and see if they ever show the feet very closely. I don't think they do, but you never know. And yeah, just an awesome looking figure to me. You know, in my opinions. But you know, some people, I don't know. I've seen some people kind of crap on the Jada Toys Universal Monsters lately. I'm not sure what's going on there. I really like them. So you know, I don't get it. You know, the line's over, and that's kind of a shame. But at the same time, I mean, I didn't see any issues. I really loved them, the ones I got. So yeah, I don't understand the kind of poo-pooing on them, because Jada does awesome work, and this has been an awesome line. I've really loved it, and you know, minor complaints with some of the figures, but it's very few and far between. I think they kicked it up a notch with their Street Fighter figures, and then please get the Mortal Kombat license, please. But this is I mean, these are a little clunkier than, well, I only have one of the Street Fighters, and it's Chun-Li, of course, and she's a lot smoother than this one is. So I'd imagine the other Street Fighter figures are probably just as smooth. Maybe not, I don't know. But even still, this is still a good line. It's not bad. I mean, and they kept the cost down. That's pretty damn amazing when you consider what things are going for right now. I mean, you got bigger companies with higher MRQs charging more. Wonder what I'm thinking there. Yeah, I'm talking about the two big ones. But even the two big ones are not, well, one of the big ones, I mean, they're keeping it, it's not too high yet, but I mean, they can easily slip into that too high category really quick. It's a slippery slope for them, but they haven't done it yet. Hasbro, yeah, that's the main one I'm talking about, is really digging into that. And again, that another hike is gonna kill them. But of course they're licensing everything out, so it doesn't matter, right? Exactly, because Hasbro don't care. If you think they do, the only thing they care about is your wallet. But then again, all businesses care about your wallet. It just depends on how they go about it. I mean, do they give you a quality product that you enjoy? Or do they just try to hose you at every corner and then, make it out like it's your fault when it doesn't sell? Yeah, I mean, again, it's a give and take. You got to see good product, and I think this is good product. I'm being honest with myself here. I think this is very good product. I'm really very happy with most of what Jada Toys has done. Not everything. And do I think Jada can do no wrong? No. Some of their die cast is a little odd and weird, but it's also not for me, so I'm not worried about it. And there's that. I mean, nothing outrageous or anything. It's just not stuff for me, and I just don't worry about it. Because in the end of the day, I try to worry about things I like, and then, if it's good, I mention it. If it's bad, I say why. And if I'm not interested in it, well, then I just leave it alone. So that's kind of how I handle it. But different people handle it different ways. Some people want to tell you you're wrong because you say your opinions are not like mine. How dare you on the social media platform say that you have an opinion, because my opinion's better than yours and I'm an asshole. That's sometimes how it comes across. So anywho, I don't know, but to me, I think Jada has done fine by this line. It's a shame that it went away. I kind of wanted to see what they would do next. What else was there in Universal Monsters? NECA, well, they never did a mummy. NECA is doing a couple of oddball things, which I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay, that's kind of cool that they did it. My God, I mean, you gotta be a real nerd to know what movies they're talking about. So, I'm questioning that a little bit. Not questioning on the sense of should they do it, but I mean, is there an audience for it? And, past Nosferatu, most of those silent movies, I don't think really need a toy line or a toy action figure for it. But Some people think it's going to be okay, so we'll see how it plays out. It's a little strange, but to me, I think past the Universal Monsters, I mean, you can kind of shoehorn Nosferatu in there, but past that, I don't think you're going to get much traction out of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, I do think the original Universal Monsters is just a license to print money. And I'm pretty sure NECA knows that by now, and I'm pretty sure Jada knows that by now. So, yeah, that'll wrap it up with Infinite Realms looking at the werewolf from Universal Monsters. Thank you for watching Creepies and Beep Beeps. Don't forget that YouTube stuffs. Take care. I have to admit, I have been so impressed with Jada Toys this past year. I had to start diving into their Universal Monsters, and I've not been dissatisfied completely with anything that they've done. I mean, some are better than others, and I say that as a caveat to this video for The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is one of those movies that's just freaking great. But if you get down to the grit of it, the actual Invisible Man is just a dude in a bathrobe. Every once in a while he puts on a trench coat, but I mean, he is not seen. I mean, that is the point of the film. He's not seen. And as such, when you see him, it's kind of odd, and it's not really necessarily scary per se, because once he goes invisible, it's like, woohoo! Where is he at? How do you do an Invisible Man figure? I applaud Jada's Toys' effort to try to do one, and I think they did the best they could possibly do. Because, I mean, why they didn't go for Phantom of the Opera or something else like that is beyond me. They went for Invisible Man. They did good. Again, they did good, but it's like, this is a hard one to translate because he just looks like a dude lounging. The only thing that really separates him from being a dude lounging is the bandages around the head. He has a cool swappable head where it's like his hand is grasping the bandages, pulling them off. That's pretty awesome. And I like it. It's a good touch. My only problem is that there's this ball joint in the top of it for the ball joint for the head. I looked at it. I don't think there's any way to avoid it. And of course, you pop the head off, and there's this big ball joint. So you can't even like pretend he took all his bandages off. That, I don't know if they thought about that, but they did think about, like, when he pulls his glove off. Another great accessory. He has a hand pulling his glove off, and it's like you can just not have another hand on that side, and it's like he's invisible, and that's pretty cool. He's got a couple of graspy hands. One, he can grasp his flask, or he can grasp his book, both of which are very necessitated for his invisible formula. So, again, and he's got fists, and he's got this open hand. I mean, all cool accessories. You can get him into some surprisingly dynamic poses. He's not terrible in the slightest bit. He seems to be the hardest one to come by, though. I initially ordered this off of Amazon. It was not on sale, or if it was on sale, it was only like $1 off or something. Okay, so it got lost. I asked for a replacement. They couldn't do a replacement. I resorted to eBay. I did eventually find one. I noticed some of the prices on eBay were kind of high, and I questioned them because I was like, is this guy getting valuable or something? I think it's just because people can't find him. I think that's all it is. I think a line might have petered out when he and Wolfman hit. And so there's a... but Wolfman seemed to be found a lot easier. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. And did they put him in cases and together, or was he short packed? Because everybody was like, "Who wants a guy in a bathrobe?" Possible, but he seemed to be the hardest one for me to find. So he was the one I'm doing a video on this one first, just because he was the hardest one for me to find. I've got all the Universal monsters at this point. I've not done dedicated videos to every single one of them. Look for that in the coming weeks. But these toys have been very, very impressive. I'm very happy with them. I can't say enough good things about them. I would have to say, definitely look out for them, and if you can, grab them, because they're really good. They're really cool. Jada Toys. I mean, a lot of people are going on their Street Fighter line, and the time is right for that line. I agree, the time is right for that line. They should knock it out of the park, and it looks like they are. I like that they're doing that. Street Fighter was not my thing. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I like Mortal Kombat. But some people really love Street Fighter, obviously, and the line is doing good. I've got one figure from that. Their food mascot line is really fun, and the Universal monsters are really good. Jada, I think, is really pushing and gonna really do some good things over the next year. So yeah, keep an eye on them. I think it's gonna be fun with Jada Toys. So yeah, enjoy that. Meanwhile, other companies are just gonna dust off corpses and try to redo what they already did. Don't know who I'm talking about there. You can interpret that a couple of ways. And you'd probably be right on all of them. Anyway, thank you for watching this look at the Invisible Man. I mean, I should have just put a black screen up and just said there he is. But I didn't. I'm not mean. Thanks, guys. You have a good one. Bye.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. Bah. Could not resist. Today I'm taking a look at Jada Toys, Universal Monsters, Frankenstein's Monster. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley is my favorite book of all time. The Universal Monster movies are not the Frankenstein from that is not Frankenstein. I will be the first to admit it. But is it fun and it is a good movie? Yes, it is. It's quite fun. So in that regard, I give it a pass. I call it a different interpretation. The best thought I can do of that is compare John Carpenter's The Thing to The Thing from Another World from the 1950s. They are two different movies, completely unrelated almost, except they have the same basic monster. But you watch The Thing from Another World, it's like nothing to do with the John Carpenter movie. And yet, it works. So, yeah, you gotta walk into that one realizing you're not watching anything like John Carpenter's movie. But also, one of my favorite comic books of all time was The Monster of Frankenstein. Marvel Comics just did a bang-up job in the 1970s with some of these monsters. I mean, you had Dracula, Tomb of Dracula, and you had Frankenstein. These were cool. I mean, these were cool books. And it was almost a direct sequel to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, in as much as a sequel can be. And then they got into this weird thing where Frankenstein got a lot dumber, like the Universal Monster one, and then just kind of walked for 200 years until he ended up in New York and met Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but I enjoyed the series. I thought it was really fun up until that point, and then it got kind of stupid. But we won't get into that. As far as this figure goes, it's got some fun accessories. It's like got alternate hands. It's got those spooky monster grabbing hands. It's got chains. Those are fun. You can clamp the chains down to his wrists. He has an alternate head that I don't really like. It's just, I think it looks goofy. It's supposed to look angry, but it looks goofy. I noticed the likeness is a little off here. That might be purposeful because there might be a likeness rights problem. I'm not privy to such things, so I don't know. I think he blends in well with the Marvel Legends. And that's why I bought him. I wanted him to be the Monster Frankenstein for Marvel Legends to kind of float around there. I don't know what I'm going to do about Dracula yet, but the Jada Toys one is a little too far into the movie. I mean, this is far into the movie too. That's too far. I need to pull it back more towards a more comic feel. Now, I will say that his platform shoes do kind of make him hard to stand. Now, normally that would be a flaw for a figure, but if you ever watch the old Frankenstein movies, Frankenstein's monster always had trouble walking. I think it was because of the platform shoes. But anyway, and just to point out, a lot of people get confused because they think that Frankenstein's monster is Frankenstein. No, the doctor's Frankenstein. Frankenstein monster doesn't have a name, or does he? Little known fact is in the book. While Frankenstein is talking to the monster, he actually says he calls himself Adam, referring to the biblical Adam. And it's hard to say if he was giving a metaphor for what he was, in the light of everything he had been through, or if he was naming himself Adam. Some literary experts argue this point ad nauseum. And I've heard some of the arguments. It's like, wow, one line causes this much discussion. That's impressive. And if you ever read it, it's like first time you read it, you don't even think about it until you know that little controversy exists. And then it's like, wow, okay, fun. So, now why they went with the bolts on the side, I don't know. It looks freaky though. I like it. I mean, it's definitely become iconic. I know that word is thrown around a lot, but let's
face it, it's Frankenstein's monster, man. That's iconic. So overall, what do I think about this figure? I really love it. I just think it's so much fun. Uh, I mean, I am a sucker for Frankenstein and the creature from the Black Lagoon. I love both of those films. I love both of those creatures. I think they're just some of the best designed creatures ever, and I just really like them. I have to give this one 4.5 stars. It just looks cool. It feels cool. I mean, it's just awesome. So that's my take on it. Beyond that, hey, it's Halloween. Let's have some fun. Okay, no, it's not Halloween, but let's imagine it is. Thank you for watching Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey everybody, welcome. Today I'm taking a look at The Bride of Frankenstein from Jada Toys. Probably the last of the Universal monsters I'll ever do because it's the last one I needed. That simple. Anyway, sort of the end of the line here because I really just got this just to complete the line. She's not got much. She's got a finger that points. She's got an alternate screaming head. She's got these two things, and God, it's been so long since I've watched The Bride of Frankenstein, I kind of really need to figure out what those are. And here's the figure. She's got some cloth for the dress she wears, and she's got these nice wraps. These wraps are also underneath, which makes perfect sense because, you know, that's what she is. That's what she wears in the movie. Not my favorite, I will admit, openly, that, you know, this is not my favorite movie of the Universal monsters, nor my favorite creature from this line. But again, I kind of just decided, you know, this was a cool line. I decided to have them all because why not? There's no reason not to if there's just one more you needed to get. So I got her. I did get her kind of cheap, about, I want to say 15. This was before she started showing up at Ross. And easily this is the least popular of the bunch. And I think it's the least popular of the main movies, not counting sequels. Although technically it is a sequel, but, you know, we'll ignore that for a minute. It's and you know, it's kind of thing when you hit the end of the line. It's kind of a bittersweet moment because it's like I've got everything I need from this line. I no longer have to worry about it. At the same time, you're kind of like, gee, it's the end of the line. And that's kind of tough but humbling. And you kind of just go, I'm done. There's not really much to say besides you're done, and this ride is over. That doesn't mean the ride can't continue on other rides. It's just this ride, this specific ride, is finished. And when it's finished, it's kind of, you know, a lot of people get upset about it. A lot of people get emotional. A lot of people kind of overplay it. Me, I just kind of like look at it as, well, I've completed this task. Now, new tasks are at hand. And just move from there. It's not the end of the world, but it's not a nice moment either. You know, all lines end at some point. No matter how good they are. How many times has G.I. Joe ended? How many times has, well, Marvel Legends ended once. And they may end again. They'll end again eventually. Someday. But not today. And, you know, when you reach that end of the line, it's like, oh man, it's like, some people, I see people get sad when, like vintage collectors all the time, I've completed this goal, now I'm kind of sad. And I don't understand that personally, because to me, the finishing of the goal is just, hey, get ready for a new goal. And that's probably what it is. I have so many multiple goals going on at the same time. I don't freak out about it, but, you know, some people do, and that's cool. I mean, some people quit altogether. That's not me. I always have something something I'm ready to collect, that I'm just waiting for the moment that I can collect it. And when I do, it's going to be fun again. And I think that's what, gosh, I hate to say big collectors kind of mentality, but you know, what else can you say? I mean, it's like, I don't even know how to verbalize it, because it's like, it's not big collectors, it's not, you know, because there are no big or small collectors, there's just collectors. Even if you just have a few figures, that doesn't make you a small collector. It just means your interests are not as broad as mine or someone else's. At the same time, you know, the ending is kind of cool. I mean, I like coming to the end of the line, because, you know, lines can only go so far. Now, there's plenty of lines I collect I don't see the end to. And that's cool too, because I don't want to see the end. I want to see it through, but I also am realistic about it, because it's a cycle. And it's, you know, I don't care if it's lasted 5 years, 50 years. Every line will eventually end. Now, maybe some lines won't end in my lifetime or your lifetime, but all of them eventually end. And then you have to kind of determine, what are you going to do next? What's next for you? Am I having a false memory here? Are these electrode sheet grabs? I don't know. Maybe. It's really, really hard to verbalize what you think about everything. I like this Universal Monsters line. I liked it better than the NECA line, to be perfectly honest. It was less expensive. It fit in with my figures I wanted the creatures to fit in with better. And overall, I thought it was really well done. I'm sad. I am upset that Jada lost that license. Although, I'm not sure where else they could go. I mean, there's a few places they could go, but, you know. Am I rambling? Yeah, I'm rambling, because that's what I do. At the same time, this is cool. I mean, even though it's my least favorite of the Universal Monsters, it's cool. I like it. I'm glad I got it. Feels like the set is complete. And I don't do that too often with action figure lines. I don't need a complete set. But this is an exception. And it's cool. So there we are. That's the end of the Jada Toys Universal Monster line. It was fun. It was good. And I want to thank Jada for it. You guys, thank you for watching and listening to my ramblings. And don't forget to do the YouTube stuffs. Take care.